welcome to another episode of the Waterman and D-Train Show. I messed that up. Digitized live in Studio 1B in Cape Coral, Florida. It's the Thanksgiving edition of the Waterman and D-Train Show. It's Sunday, we're here, Dave's somewhat here, and we're going live. Hey, fella, what's up?
What's happening, bro?
What's going on with you? I heard you're under the weather,
yeah,
Trevor.
Man, I am definitely not feeling 100%. But I'm still here to entertain all of you because that's what I do. I just plow through it and make it happen, man. You know what I'm saying? I've gotten, Roger Marley was sick the other week, man, and I've been battling it. And I started feeling really bad Friday. I mean, like, towards the end of the day, I was feeling bad, and I was just like, not now. This is not what I need. Not today, man. Yeah, not today, man. Come on, brah. And, of course, yesterday, it was just, I had a fever, man, and I was just sweating bullets. So I said, you know what, I'm just going to,
that's the second time in 2 weeks you've used the term sweating bullets, because I almost did the sweating bullets again, but then I realized I did that last week, and it'd get a little played out.
Man, Megadeth, bro. Speaking of which, they got a new album coming out next year. I can't wait for that. But, yeah, bro, it's just like, it's like all the snowbirds are coming down, and they're bringing all their funk with them, man. And
creepy crud.
And I get pissed because I look at people at the grocery stores and stuff, and they're not using the wipes, to clean. No, I'm a cleaner. You know what I'm saying? I like keeping, if I go to the store or something. And I'm sure you are kind of the same way.
I'm the opposite. I am a firm believer in the fact that antibacterial soap is what's causing the younger generation to be allergic to everything.
But think about...
I don't wash my hands unless they're extremely dirty.
Really?
I am all about exposure to dirt to make a healthier immune system, and it's probably why you're getting sick, is you're cleaning off all of the bad germs that help strengthen your immune system,
bro,
and now you're weakening yourself.
Well, dude, you know me, man. I'm exposed, and I expose myself to a lot of...
Expose yourself to people? That'll get you
You know what I'm saying, bro?
No,
man, come on now. No, I expose myself to a lot of germs. Now, the only thing that I wipe on a shopping cart is the little fold-down thing where all the baby asses sit, because that's where all the shit, the diaper crud, that leaks, the diaper leak and all that crap, man.
Sure,
dude, bro. I mean, that's the last thing I want on my food, man, or my eggs or whatever I'm sticking in that little compartment right there, my bread, whatever it may be, man. Because then I'm gonna go open my bread and I'm gonna rub my finger on some diaper spooge, and then make a sandwich, dude. I don't want that, man. But I just noticed with all the people and all the coughing and everything that's been going on around town, man, I'm like, and then Roger was sick, and I'm going, oh, come on, no. And it's just, I got it, I had gotten like a 48-hour just funkness, man, and thank God I do have a good immune system, because I have had a lot of exposure to nasty germs. So now I feel better, because I just sweated, dude. I just rolled up, I threw heating pads on me, man, just to make sure that I sweated bullets, man. Just sweat, just get it out. I feel a little bit better today, but I'm still hurting from my wipeout on my skateboard. So, I'm broken down, man. I'm broken down. And I don't get enough time to heal up anymore, man. Plus my age, I'm getting older.
You're getting old, man. We all are.
I got a birthday coming up next month, man.
Oh, yeah, when's that?
That's December 12th, bro. Yeah, booey.
So how was your Thanksgiving? It's crazy. I just did an hour-long podcast before you came in here.
Right.
And my headphones didn't crack or spat, blow up or anything one time. You and I are 5 minutes into this, and it's like constant blowing up. I have no idea what the problem is.
I know. I've noticed that too.
But it doesn't go out over the air, so that's the good thing. But I don't know why in our headphones all we hear is goddamn crackling.
Snap, crackle, pop, man. I've noticed that too. And I don't know, like, if I get a little louder, it does it or something. But I don't know, man.
So how was your Thanksgiving? Because I invited you here
yes,
for the
you did.
third year in a row.
Yes, you did.
And just like last year, you stood me up.
No, I came over last year, didn't I?
No, you did not. You came over the year before.
Where the hell was I last year?
I have no idea.
I don't know either. Damn, I had to have gone somewhere.
And you weren't here this year either.
No, I didn't. This year I took the opportunity to try to get to know your replacement producer, Junior.
How'd that go?
It was quite interesting, man. To be honest with you, it was cool. You know, it was different. You know, I learned a little bit more about the young man. I did not know that he was quite the seamstress.
I'm the seamstress.
Not like this guy. No.
Well, I don't have access to a sewing machine, but I
Yes.
do a lot of sewing by hand when it comes to my World War II uniforms.
Yeah, now see, that's understandable. But this guy sews for, like, I don't know, maybe therapeutic or for fun.
See, like on a singer or a
Yeah, he's got a
Husqvarna.
Yeah, he's got a singer. You know, I went into his old room. You know, everybody piled into his old room, and his mom started breaking open stuff and kind of showing me things. I mean, the guy sewed like a giant long snake, and
No, are you sure these weren't home economic projects?
No.
Because when I was in home ec, I had to make boxer shorts and a pillowcase.
No, this was stuff I think he did on his own, because he sewed some boxer shorts that I thought were hilarious, man. And I had to call him out on it. But they were pink camouflage. You know, that pink and, like, you know, the pink and the yellow.
Maybe he did it for a lady friend.
No, he did it for himself, my friend. No. He did it for himself because his mom's like, holds him up, and I started laughing because I'm like, what are those? And she's like, oh, he sews, he's a big time into sewing and stuff. And I'm like, get out of here. And I called him. I was like, come on, bro. He's like, oh yeah, I can sew anything. And
I see nothing wrong with that.
I don't see anything wrong with it. I just thought it was kind of funny because, he was a little embarrassed by it. But he sewed a guitar. He made a guitar, a Flying V guitar, and it's like all limp and everything, the neck is and stuff, dude. And I was laughing. I was like, so you do a lot of sewing, huh? And he's like, I've been known to, sew. And I said, well, that's cool, man. That's cool. So then, he still has a very large toy collection, Matchbox and stuff, which is cool, man. I get it.
Junior's tuned in right now, but
very good. What's up, Junior?
His cell phone, he inadvertently switched over to the Stan and Haney profile, so he's commenting on the live feed of Stan and Haney instead of himself.
Is he? What's he saying?
He said, dog, you make it sound like I'm a nanny or something.
No, man, you ain't a nanny, bro. Hey, listen, Junior, you're not a nanny, man. I'm just saying it was pretty cool to get a little bit more insight into, who you are, man. And I dig it, man, because let me tell you something. I got a lot of ripped clothes, bro, so hopefully you can help me out, man. Maybe you can sew it up for me. How about that, bro?
Don't do it for free, Junior.
Oh, come on, man. Come on.
Now, word on the street is you got jacked up trying to do a Marty McFly.
Yeah, dude. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see it. Someone sent me a message saying that
yeah, bro,
you're trying to do the old school tailgating where you're holding onto the back of a vehicle.
Oh, yeah, I got the video.
And you fell down and busted your ass.
Yeah, bro, I got the vid, man.
Well, what good does a video do when you have no social media pages?
Because I'm steering clear.
You'll have to give it to me, and I'll have to edit it and all that.
Yeah,
crap.
I'm steering clear.
So what happened? Now, the person you were holding on to, was this somebody new, or did you just grab onto a random car?
No, this is a new neighbor I'd met, lives down the street.
Off.
No, man, no, he's a cool dude, and I met him, been talking to him now for a few months, and decent guy, and he come around the corner, and I was out in the street there, doing some just doing some skating, normal stuff, trying to do some manuals and things, and that was on the board that what the hell? I can't think of the guy's name right now.
No idea.
The guy sends emails, the political
Guardian.
Guardian, excuse me. Sorry, Guardian. He gave me that skateboard last year for Christmas, right? And it's an old school, like 1970s Kryptonics board, but it does have Speed Demon bearings, man.
Sure.
Red bone bearings, and I was like, yeah, bro, that's expensive stuff on that board. But I was just out, doing some stuff, and he comes around the corner, and as he came around the corner, I was like, yo, bro, I was like, let me grab a hold and step on it. And he's like, all right.
Well, that's your problem. You told him to step on it, not accelerate slowly.
No, I was like, step on it, man. And so I grabbed a hold. Now, mind you, I'm trying to film, hold on, and then stay balanced all at the same time.
Oh, that's on you. You should have had somebody else film.
Yeah,
you have a GoPro. Why not strap it on?
Because, dude, it was an instant, like,
I got you.
Let's do it, you know. So I instantly was filming, you know, holding the camera, holding on to the door, and just going for it. Now, mind you, I wasn't on that nice smooth asphalt either. I did not do any kind of
You're on the Florida streets that use seashells as aggregate.
Yeah, exactly. And not only that, man, there's rocks and things that I did not check for first.
Because nothing will F up a skateboard ride than a rock.
You know that for a fact.
I know that because I did the same thing you did in 4th grade. And it effed me up. A couple of the guys in the neighborhood, the older guys, they had a mini pickup truck, and they went and they found a bunch of old parking blocks.
Yeah.
And one of them lived in the apartment, so he decided that it would be sweet to take those parking blocks and line the parking lot behind his apartment so he can wax them up and they can just skate on them all day. Yeah. And so I didn't know they were out doing this venture, and they just started driving by me going down the street, and I grabbed onto the back of the truck bed, and he sped up and did about 35, and I hit a rock, and I fell, and I had road rash, and I was only in 4th, 5th grade. I had road rash from head to toe. I got fucked up.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's the one thing, man. You know,
that was my first real
taste
jacking up of riding on a board and getting completely
real taste of getting
annihilated.
Yeah, your first real taste of getting jacked up. Now, see, I don't learn my lesson. I'll still do it, and I keep doing it, and I'll do it over and over and over, and just keep.
Well, I see you got a strawberry on your elbow. What else happened?
Oh yeah, dude. Like real quick, man. You know, I got the strawberry there, right? I got that one there. I got my knee.
Well, you're showing me. Show the camera.
Yeah. Okay. I got. Well, if you can see.
Well, walk around. Get a little closer.
Yeah. Here, hold on. Take my headset off. So I got my knee.
Yeah, he got his knee. He got his swellbow.
Where we at?
Yeah, don't really look. It's a little. Looks like a piece of beef jerky in your elbow.
Yeah, got that there.
Yeah, good luck kicking that knee up that high. And it's on the wrong side. You got to rotate. Don't even worry about it. At this point, you're bouncing around like a one-legged a-hole.
I don't want to take my clothes off.
Hey, go for it. Why not?
All right, so
drop it. Well, you're gonna have to. Oh well.
That'll be all right. I can get it.
You're probably gonna stand back there because you're not tall enough to get your ass up in front of that screen.
So then I hit.
Get your dollars ready, ladies. It's strip club night.
Yeah. Start slinging some dollar bills. So then,
Just make sure you're. There you go.
So then, can you see that?
Yeah, a little bit.
So then I got.
I'm getting more ass crack than I wanted, but that's all right.
Sorry, bro.
That's all right.
Let me pull that up a little bit. So then I got jacked up right there, man, which is a big old gnarly knot. So I got that there, and then my wrist, because you know when you fall, you need your hands out. So my wrist jacked up, which gave way, which went to my elbow, and then everything else. So it hurts, man.
That'll learn you.
No, it won't. You know that.
Yeah.
I'll go back and do it again, and I'll keep doing it. You know, that's just what I do. Look, I love skating, man. I mean, for me, it's my.
Yeah, but you're getting a bit old. You don't rebuild. You don't heal up as quickly as you used to.
No, you don't, man. But you know what? For me, it's a therapeutic thing because it's like, okay, I can still do it to an extent. Now, I'm not out there doing method airs and, you know, stuff like that. But, you know, I'm out there still doing 50-50 grinds and nose manuals, you know, stuff like that. Hey, it's for me, it's something that just keeps me grounded as far as, you know, exercise because I don't go jogging. You know, I'm not a jogger.
Yeah, I got to get back to the gym this week. I'm just getting to a point where my back is somewhat better.
Right.
I'm not even 90%. It still bothers me a little bit, but you know, I'm doing what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
So today,
what's up?
Started my to-do list around the house, and one thing we noticed a while back is before we moved into this house, somebody flipped it. They redid everything except for the tile floor, including they put all new kitchen cabinets in.
Right.
But whoever they hired did a half-ass job, and on the far end, because it's an L shape, on the long end of the L, the two cabinets, the screws in the top of the cabinets were not in studs.
What?
So you could shake my cabinet, and every time the cat jumped up there, it'd shake, and I knew that any day the damn thing's going to come tumbling down.
Uh-oh.
And so I had to get out the stud finder. And by the way, can somebody create a stud finder that can actually find a mother effing stud?
I hear you there, bro.
But I was able to find the studs finally and put some long ass screws into it and find the studs and zip it back up in there. But we noticed it because we're looking at the edge of the cabinet and we saw like almost a 1/4 inch gap at the top.
Yeah.
Now I just thought that they put too much of a gap, maybe some support brackets behind it, and they just didn't make their closeout strip to hide that gap. The little wood strip that they butt up against the wall. I just thought maybe they didn't do that right. But when I was up there changing the AC filter, I could look down and I could see the screws pulling out of the wall. And so I had to get that done today. And
but you were able to find the studs and get it done.
Yeah, it was a bit of a pain in the ass.
As close as possible.
But yesterday, now this has happened to me a few times in the past, more when I was working with Stan Haney than now. But a listener reached out to me named Corey Carlson.
Oh, cool.
And Corey reached out to me and said, "Hey, I think I have something that you might like."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Okay, what is it?" And he told me what it was. And I was a little skeptical because I had never heard of this item. I didn't know it existed.
Uh-oh.
And he sent me a photo of it.
Yeah?
And I was intrigued.
What is it, man?
And I said, well, I'll definitely take it. What do you want for it? He said, nothing, man. It's yours. It's been sitting in my house forever and a day.
Sweet.
And I got online, and I did some research on this item. This item was produced from 1964 to 1972.
Wow.
And there's 2 variants. And I'll show you what it is, and then I'll explain the 2 variants.
All right, let's have a look. See, what do you got?
Do
Dude.
you know what this is?
Yeah, I appreciate you pointing the barrel at me, man.
Well, you'll know why here momentarily.
That looks to me like it looks like a pellet gun, man.
This
or a dart.
This is the Crossman Crossman M1 carbine. This is an exact replica of a World War II
Oh, that is cool.
M1 carbine, but it is a BB gun.
Yeah.
They did have 2 variants. Like I said, this one is the original one. This one has the wood stock.
That is sweet,
It has the metal magazine. Now, this magazine doesn't hold bullets like a gun does. It's simply a BB gun.
Just pour them in.
Well, it's a BB gun holder, and what you do is to load this, you pull the charging handle back like you would a real M1 carbine.
Yeah.
And then there's holes on the top, and you load in about 10 of them.
Okay.
Then you pull the charging handle forward, and this is the cool part. To cock it, you actually push the barrel in.
Check that out.
And pull it out. But it
Yeah.
It needs new rings in it because it's 40 years old.
Dude.
A little older than that. It's from 1964, 1965.
Can I take a look at it?
But when he told me he had an M1 carbine pellet gun, I never knew they existed. And so I got to looking online.
Bro, that's
and they
gotta
did,
be...
in fact, exist.
It's got to be worth a couple bucks.
This is the first variant. I did look it up. It is not that I would sell it. I don't ever sell anything people give me.
No.
But
it's got some weight to
well,
it
that's
too,
because
man.
It's almost the same length as a real M1 carbine, but I would say the diameter as far as the stock and the handguard is a little bit smaller for kids.
Yeah.
But the only main difference between this and a real one is on the stock there is a hole on the side of it where your hand is, and then there's a dowel in there, and that's where the sling, sling over your shoulder goes on. So what that doesn't have that a real one does is a sling.
Huh.
But yeah, that is a Crossman M1 carbine BB gun. And that actually is rad. If I pulled out my M1 Garand, that is the same front sight as that's on the M1 Garand. And if you look at the rear sight, it does actually have elevation. It will go left to right on the rear sight.
Yeah.
I was just blown away by it. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. Because
this is cool.
I've kind of turned inadvertently into a vintage air rifle collector because my mom gave me a original Red Ryder BB gun from the 60s and a pump action Daisy shotgun air rifle from the 50s.
There's no safety on this thing.
Why? No.
Right? I mean, I don't see, I figured that they,
Yeah, that's the one thing that it's missing is
well,
safety.
That's the 60s and the 70s, man. They did, with safety? Nah, who needs a safety? That is so rad, man. Look at that wood, man.
Yep.
That is beautiful.
The second variant, to cut cost, instead of wood, they used plastic. and they made it look like a bright yellow wood and had fake wood grain. And that magazine at the bottom is made out of plastic.
That is the ultimate squirrel rabbit hunter, man. That
so
is very cool, man.
I got to get online and find some O-rings, but thank you so much, Corey. This thing is awesome.
Yeah, Corey. That is cool.
Yeah, I definitely want to get it fixed and shooting again.
Hell yeah, man.
But I was never aware that there was an M1 carbine BB gun because I wasn't alive when they were producing this.
That is bitching, man.
They stopped making these in 72, and I wasn't born until 78.
Yeah. Bro, that is cool. Damn, man, that thing is bitchin', man. Hell yeah. Corey's the man.
So that thing will look cool out in the garage next to all my World War II
Hell
stuff.
yeah, Corey's the man, dude. That thing is stoked. Yeah, so, you know, after wiping out so many times, man, I've got this permanent pinched nerve now, D-Train.
I doubt it's permanent.
Bro, it's been going on now, and I've just made it worse since I wiped out my middle finger. You know now, my middle finger's been numb now for like 4 months, man. Like literally, it's just ice cold.
But you just wrecked, so how?
No, I'm saying I've just done more damage. I think.
Oh, I got you.
You know what I'm saying? I've just done more damage now to it, to where it's just never gonna. It's never gonna heal, man. You know, and it's coming from my neck, man, and I don't get it. Because when I did wipe out the other day, I did hit my head pretty good. You know, hit the concrete. Bam!
I got people asking for the phone number. If you want to give us a call, give us a call at 227. I don't know why I did that. I'm dyslexic. I know, that's the dyslexic.
772.
Give us a call at 772-218-7731.
Yeah.
That is and I'm looking right at the goddamn thing. I don't know where 22's come from. 772-218-7731. Give us a call. I just typed it in the message on Facebook as well.
Sweet. Yeah, we want to hear from you. See how your Thanksgiving went. How your Black Friday went.
My Thanksgiving was well. My dad came over. My cousin's still in town from when her father passed away.
Okay.
And I had a few other family members over, but yeah, we just had some turkey and relaxed. And
did you guys jam or anything, man?
No. We just hung out and had a traditional family Thanksgiving, and then the next day I went out and got a new tree, and I put some lights up on the palm tree. And
I seen that. That thing looks nice. You know what I did notice? It's I guess that's the thing, right? And I've always known this. I guess Thanksgiving comes and it's like after you eat your meal, that's the time to go out and get the tree. You know what I'm saying? And have it up.
It's tradition.
Bro, I noticed about 5 trees on the side of the road where people did not properly secure their load. And the trees blew off, man. They're sitting on the side of the road. Now, some of these people must not even have known they lost their tree.
$70, $80 trees.
Yeah, they didn't even know they probably lost their tree, man. And they're just cruising down the road, singing, carols or whatever it is,
Looking at their cell phones.
Yeah, happy family, enjoying life because life is good. And boom, there goes the tree. And then, I'm driving down there. I'm like, there's another tree. There's another tree. So I saw 5 trees on the side of the road. And I started chuckling, going, man, these people are going to be pissed. They just get home, they just, threw a $70, $70 out the window, man.
I want to go ahead and get the half-ass review for this week's. Ooh, we got a phone call coming in.
Hey, top notch.
Waterman and D-Train Show, who's this?
Hey, this is Clayton. What's up, man?
Hey, what's going on?
What's up, Clayton?
Oh, not a whole lot. You were asking about Thanksgiving stuff, so I thought I'd share mine a little bit.
Sure,
man.
What do you got?
So I got a new appreciation for how bad retail sucks for the people who work in retail.
Oh.
Are you recently employed into the retail field?
Well, I am not in the retail field itself. I was standing security, and I just had a one-night gig.
Yeah.
But I was seeing all the crap these guys have to deal with on a day-to-day basis, and that one day is enough to tell me that I don't want to work retail.
Retail's a tough gig. I've sold everything from large screen TVs to women's swimwear. And luckily back then, Black Friday was a thing, but I don't think for some reason, I don't know if because I got fired or I think maybe I've worked one Black Friday, but it wasn't in a place that produced the crazy crowds of debauchery and anarchy you see on some of these videos. Did you see any insanity or things that you really couldn't believe you were seeing?
Well, I stood security there, so I had to deal with a lot of the insanity.
Anybody try to snake that extra TV out the door, stuff like that?
we actually did have somebody try to steal a TV.
I believe it.
And we had two cops on scene, so they were dealt with.
Wow.
In a very efficient manner, I would say.
I remember this story from about 10 years ago. It was in Columbus, Ohio, at a huge sports store. These guys went in and stole a canoe.
What?
But they got away with it because who the fuck would steal a canoe?
Yeah.
They got caught when they came back in and tried to steal the paddles.
Get the oars, huh?
Yeah, because no one think you're going to be carrying a 8 to 12-foot canoe out the front doors.
Yeah.
But then when they came in to get the paddles, someone finally caught on to them, and that's how they got caught shoplifting.
Yeah. Well. So
what was the dumbest thing someone tried to steal this weekend?
You know what you're doing.
What was the dumbest thing
you act like you're supposed to be there, people will assume you are, you know?
Yeah.
Exactly. What's the dumbest thing you saw someone try to steal this weekend?
Well, I would say that yesterday was or not yesterday, Black Friday was a fairly dumb thing. I don't normally do retail stuff.
Right.
You know, I'm normally a bounty hunter. I was just contracted that day to work over there, and it paid well enough, so I did it.
Well, the hell was security on Black Friday? Tell us about some bounty hunting.
Yeah, man, I want to hear about that.
How much bullshit was Dog the Bounty Hunter?
Yeah.
That show does not really give a complete story when it comes to the work that goes into it.
Well,
I mean,
to be fair to the producers, there's a lot of stuff they don't show, the monotonous, boring office work that no one cares about, or is there just more human interaction involved with all of it?
A little bit of both, because like some of the investigative stuff that I think that people who would tune into the show would genuinely be interested in is not really shown, and I'm not even entirely sure that Dog the Bounty Hunter is the one who actually does it.
Yeah.
Because I mean, they have a high production TV show. They could pay somebody else to do the legwork for them and just go, you know, do like they do on a TV show and flash some mugshots around and chase the guy all over town and.
Well, I think what happens with a lot of those shows is they try to get the human aspect to it, and a big part of Dogs the Bounty Hunter was focusing on his interaction with the people and his attempt to try to get them to convert, not to religion, but to the positive side of the law. And it seemed like that seems to happen with, we've heard me badmouth the Discovery Channel on Stan Haney show enough. They'll get a great show, and here's a perfect example. And they're trying to bring it back, and they've gone back to the original format. But American Restoration, Rick Dale was a spinoff of Pawn Stars. He's the guy that the guys at Pawn Stars would take all their shit to have restored, and they came out with his show American Restoration. And for the first few seasons, they would bring in Coke coolers, pedal cars, whatever, and they would show them restoring it in the process. It was kind of like, any car show or This Old House, where it was primarily a show about fixing shit and restoring stuff. Well, over time, as the show grew, the producers got greedy, and they wanted to show less of the restoring and working and more of the family interaction. So someone would bring in their Coke cooler, they would send his son and his brother off to do some stupid skit at some junkyard, come back, and the cooler's done. They no longer show how they're restoring it.
Right.
And the ratings were great for a while, but then it just dropped off, and because the core original fans were gone. The people like me who wanted to see vintage stuff being fixed and like the hands-on, the grinding,
process, the actual process.
Exactly, the metal bending. We all had left. And so what they did, as the ratings failed, because no one cared about his wife and his stepson and the dog and all that crap, they tried to spin it off to where they would go to 4 or 5 different shops around the country.
Right.
But that failed. But they just bought it back with, and I just saw an episode last week where they're trying to get back to the original format, but I think it may be a little too late.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of what happened with Dog. Get back on topic. I think the first season or two, it was more about the bounty hunting and the chase, but as more general people and more women get involved, they change the subject matter to make it more touchy-feely, and you lose your core audience, and then when the other audience gets bored with it, you don't have a show left, and your ratings suck, and you cancel your show. Well, that, and he got in trouble with a bunch of N-words and all that.
I'm going to tell you right now, the field is not quite as action-packed as the show tries to lead you to believe. I don't know. I don't go out flashing mugshots around like they do. Have
Right.
you seen this guy? We're looking for him, yada, 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 yada.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe some
How-
other bounty hunters do. I kind of work alone. I don't really work with other people that often.
So
but
you're so
when I go out there, I'm not asking, hey, have you seen this person? You know, unless I'm asking rhetorically because I know that person's already there.
Right. So there's a lot of, do you do a lot of stakeouts and sort of stuff like that where you're just kind of hanging on to see if that person shows up at such and such residence or?
Yeah, I've done some stakeouts, so you'd be surprised how much I can do from my computer.
That, you know what, that is the
And-
truth. That is the truth.
And you guys have seen pictures of my computer setup. I emailed it into the Stan and Haney show.
Oh yeah. Yep.
You know.
Now, do you have the
I mean,
access level and the ability to follow people's whereabouts by their credit card usage, or do you not have access at that level?
I have access to all that stuff.
And so it's easier, instead of pounding the pavement, just to watch their movement through their debit card payments
Right.
and
Well,
their
I mean,
paper trail.
I have to pay a bunch of money for access to that stuff, but yeah, I can see people's credit history and stuff, and
Well, and that's the way our society
You
works.
know.
You can get anything you want as long as you have enough money. You want a machine gun?
Well,
Just pay for a
sometimes-
Class 3 federal arms
Right.
fire license.
How
yeah,
many?
for a small car payment, you can get a machine gun. Yeah, sometimes I actually will have some instances where I'll go and search the person's house thinking that they're there because they left the TV on or something.
Right.
And I'll go in there and execute the search thinking somebody's in there and they're not. And,
Oh man.
you know, another thing that'll happen is while I'm there, I mean, I'm already searching the house lawfully with, you know, the purpose of arresting them. I'll see if I can find any mail sitting around or any clues that would give me any indicators as to where they might have been or who they're hanging out with, you
Right
know.
on. Right on.
How did you get...
You'd be surprised what people will just leave sitting around thinking that, you know,
Yeah, you know.
you won't see it or look for it.
How did you get involved in the bounty hunting business?
Yeah, that's a interesting
While I
occupation.
was in the Navy, I did a little bit of it while I was out in California.
I got you.
And because the Navy wasn't paying enough to pay rent, so I had a lot of different side gigs that I did out there, and that was one of them.
So you stuck with it,
And
and
then I kind of got fired from my job while I was here in Kansas, and I was sitting there like, well, I'm not really finding any work that I want to do, so guess I'll just make my own work for
What-
now.
let me ask you a question. What you know? Obviously, you're picking up wanted felons and stuff of that nature that have posted bail. Have they ever tried bribing you? Maybe a chick with certain favors, or guys trying to bribe you with money not to take them? I mean, do you run into that sort of thing? Because I'm sure you gotta.
I've had chicks try to offer me sexual favors
I
in
believe it.
exchange for not taking them to jail.
Yeah.
How many of the
And
people...
I ju-
How many of the people that you go out to? How many of the people that you go out who jump their bail? What's the percentage of them that are basically non-violent drug offenders?
Yeah.
Well, I guess it would depend case to case. I mean, different areas are obviously different. I would say probably about 30% of the people I track down are non-violent drug people.
That's crazy.
It seems like the most people who skip bail are like either hardened people, like out on like arms charges or whatever, thinking, well, nobody's gonna come get me.
Mm-hmm.
Or a lot of the time it's somebody who maybe got arrested for DUI and forgot about their court date or something.
Good God.
I could see that.
That's
And
crazy.
I get every excuse that you can possibly think of.
Oh, I bet.
I didn't make my court date because I didn't know that I had a court date because I thought I was free and this and that and this and that to,
Yeah.
you know.
I thought charges were
Some
dropped.
people
Or
just being real with you, like, oh, I didn't go because I didn't think anything would happen. Like, well, it is.
Good God, man.
Well, thanks for the call. I
Yeah,
appreciate
brother.
it. I hope you have a good Sunday evening and you have a safe week this week, tracking down the latest batch of assholes. And
Yeah.
you stay safe.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah, take it easy, bro.
All right, man. Late.
If anybody else wants to give us a call at 772-218-7731. We'll be happy to talk to you. And there's an advertisement from our app, and I just unplugged. You can't go whenever on me.
That's wild, man. You're bounty hunting, man.
Yeah,
that's a hell of a job.
Gotta have some balls, but obviously he had his balls strengthened when he went through boot camp.
You're damn right, man. I mean, I want to profit from that, man. You gotta bring in. What do you think? Probably 4 or 5. I should have asked him how many people you got to bring in a month to really turn a
more
profit.
More importantly, is when you first get started, where do you get your bag of cash to
fund
to pay the bail to get people out of
exactly.
I guess you had to take a small business loan, but that's a risky loan.
That is a very risky loan, man. That is a very risky loan.
So I want to go ahead and get the half-ass review out of the way because this product had been bouncing around Facebook and Instagram for about a month or so.
Mm-hmm.
And their whole shtick was this shirt is a limited time available, and it's $7.99. Get this shirt, get all of our shirts while supplies last.
Right.
And I really liked the design, and I ordered the shirt. And I'm waiting. And it's been almost a month. And I'm seeing more of the same advertisement. While supplies last, so not going to last long. Get this run of shirts. And I'm seeing people badmouth.
Uh-oh.
Like, hey, man, it's been 30 days, I haven't got my shirt. Or, hey, after 30 days, I finally got my shirt. The material sucks. The logo's too small. But once again, it's a $7 shirt, so where are you going to set your standards at?
Yeah, true.
Granted, after shipping and handling, which you can't blame this company because with gas prices, the post office make the shipping charges. But when it's all said and done, you're still $13 into a T-shirt.
Yeah, right.
And I'm sure some of you watching and some of you listening are familiar with the Arm the Animals campaign.
The what?
Arm the Animals. It's kind of a joke, let's give all the animals weapons so they can't get mistreated animals anymore.
Arm the animals.
And so, but this particular shirt's the reason I got it.
Let me see.
You're going to have to hold it up for the camera.
I'll hold it up for him. Let me see.
It's green. It's OD green.
It feels nice.
Exactly. And I'll post a video later. I did an unboxing video because I wanted an honest opinion because at this point I was a little salty. And I was a little angry that I'd taken so long. But the shirt...
Oh, there we go. Get out of here.
The icon, now I will complain that the icon is a little too shiny and it's hard to see. But
I've seen that.
It is a kitten holding an AR-15 rifle. And but ironically enough, when I was doing the video half-ass review for this, I said that the quality of the shirt is like the premium shirts that we get from What's the Scuttlebutt and Waterman D-Train show. Well, 2 days later, I got my new What's the Scuttlebutt shirt in, and it's almost the same damn manufacturer. So the quality of the shirt is great. The icon is a little small, but it's fine. The only complaint I have is it's hard to read. At a distance, it kind of looks like you have a stain on your shirt.
It does.
Obviously, they did a single color to save money. They should have maybe got a cat that didn't have so much black in it. It's kind of hard to see the AR-15. But once again, it's a $7 T-shirt. So as I said in the video that I'll post later, look, if you like cats and AR-15s, you got $13 to spend. I was expecting it to be a shitty quality shirt, the kind that shrinks whenever you wash it.
Yeah, I was kidding.
The kind that the bottoms curl up and the sleeves curl up, they drape off of you. But no, that is a premium grade cotton shirt. It hangs off. It's kind of form-fitting. It hangs off you. It's a great shirt. So if you've seen the Arm the Animals ads, and this is not a paid
I'll tell you.
review, this is a half-ass review. I think the quality of that shirt is great. It's soft.
Yeah, it feels nice.
For $7, $13, including shipping and handling, if you have some cash to throw away and you don't mind waiting 30 days, and because I've actually seen people take that logo and use it for their avatars on their Facebook. So
I've seen that logo, and I saw it from Slayer.
Sure.
Or not. Gary Holt from Slayer posted that on his Catter Day. He does a thing called Catter Day, but I saw that cat with the AR-15. I thought, man, that's pretty funny.
And my brother just posted all the proceeds from the Arm the Animal T-shirts actually go to animal non-kill shelters.
Well, that's cool, man. That's a good
thing. $7 plus, So if you've seen the thing and you kind of thought it was a cool shirt, but you're wondering what kind of quality shirt you'll get for $6.99, it's the same as the shirts that we sell. So
yeah, I was about to say, you can go to
if you like it, go ahead and pick it up. And while you're at it, if you want to save $4 on any of the shirts we sell on d-410.com, go there, choose your shirt, and type in all one word, all capital letters, the promo code SAVEMECASH, and it'll save you $4. I know you're thinking, whoop, you shit, $4. Complete honesty, I can't go any more than $4 because then I'll owe the company money. $4 is what I make off of each shirt. So we're not getting rich off those shirts. They have a high price because, one, they're nice shirts. Two, the company who prints them up, they got to get their beaks wet. And so I got a $4 profit. I'm basically giving the shirts, as far as profit margin goes, I'm wiping it out with this promo code. It expires tomorrow. So go to d-410.com. You got, and that includes the Stan and Haney shirt. They're on there too. Go to promo code, type in Save Me Cash, all one word, all capital letters. The Waterman and D-Train shirt. I have a couple of different What's the Scuttlebutt shirts on there. And you can pick those up and get those with the Black Friday sale and save yourself $4.
Damn right, brother. Damn right. You know, I got to change it up here for a second because, you know, I have noticed, you know, moved recently within the past 7 months, 8 months now. And I've been noticing down the street, just as you got Timmy down here, that's pure Hellraiser. It's been 4 days of four-wheel riding. I bet it has. I bet you've just been probably balls to the wall for the past 4 days. I've noticed that I must have a swingers house down the street from me.
What would make you think that?
Because, D-Train, I see people going in there, couples.
Fine day.
Yeah.
Good luck with the casual sex. I mean it. No, because you won't get it.
Oh, they're having casual sex, all right.
But how do you know this?
Because,
it could be a Tupperware party. It could be a book club.
It could be, but I don't...
Are they banging on the front yard?
There's noises coming out of this home.
Maybe they're shooting porn.
They could be. Now, that, you know, I didn't think of that, but it almost seems more swingerish to me because there's couples going in. It's not Monday Night Football.
Maybe she hosts sex toy parties.
College football.
That is a lucrative job for the young ladies.
You know what? I didn't think of that either. It probably could be, but it seems to me, though, and if they are doing a sex toy sale inside their home, they must be testing out the toys inside the house because there's a lot of they got their fence up and it's kind of like yours where it's the privacy the what is it how do you what
the vinyl privacy fence.
Yeah, the vinyl privacy fence where you can't see through, and it's as high as you're legally allowed to have it, but you hear things coming over that fence that I'm going, man, these people are really banging over here, man. They're getting it, you know, something's happening.
Well, Nick said the best way to go find out is to knock on the door, but if it's a swingers party and you're all by yourself, they're not going to let you in.
Yeah, they're not going to let me in.
You have a lady friend.
Yeah, you know.
Or a fella friend, depending on what type of swingers club it is.
It's a male-female thing because I see the cars lining up and they're all going in and doing whatever they're doing, and they're staying late. And like I say, they're doing it during the middle of the week when there is no games on or no parties going on, and this is happening twice a month. Now I'm going, you know, how do I infiltrate, like you say, but I gotta find a lady friend to go in there and investigate this thing because I want to see what it's about. Now, going up and knocking on the door, I don't know, maybe there's a password, which I'm sure there is, or a site.
Lilliputian.
Yeah,
Lollapalooza.
Yeah, there must be a site that I got to go to or something. But I'm gonna get to the bottom of this because I want to find out what's going on in here. Because if it is a wild sex party, my God, I want to go in there and you know, see what's happening, man.
Well, Clayton suggested he could come over and run some plates for you.
Run some what?
Run the plates. Our bounty hunter that just called in.
Oh yeah, Clayton, man. Dude, you know what, brother? I'm going to have to take down some plate numbers and have you do some investigating for me, man. See what we can find out here because I'm telling you, it's getting bigger and bigger and there's more and more cars showing up. I'm telling you, man, there must be 15, 20 cars out there.
Now, are the ladies walking in there in super, you know, heels and, you know, nice stockings and, like, party attire? Or are they walking in there in, like, pantsuit looking like Hillary Clinton getting ready to go to a coffee meeting?
No coffee meeting. They're walking in there in high heels and looking very, very dressed up, you know, like they're going to a very upscale cocktail party. as you could say. And some of them I've seen coming in with coats, and it's not even really cold out, but they jump out the car, and they already got their coat on, and they make their way up and into the house with the fair, with the quickness. But it gets me to thinking, how many of these swinger houses are going on here in Lee, Collier, Charlotte counties, and Henry County?
Granted,
it's got to be a pretty big thing, and it's are the millennials into this? Because it's tough for me to tell.
First off, we need to get a terminology straight.
Okay, help me out.
When were you born?
1974.
Okay. Technically, millennials are born from 78 to 94.
Get out of here.
You're referring to Generation Z. Now, that's Z-I-E. Those are the young cats. See, it's funny, everybody calls them millennials because they think that if they're born in 2000, they're a millennial. But I posted a link on my D-Train page last week, and there's actually quite a bit of dialogue about it. But this website says that the group that we've been calling millennials are actually Generation Z, or Xi.
Really?
Yeah, so when you refer to millennials, technically I am a millennial. I was born in 78, and if you're born from 77 to 94, you are a millennial.
See, I wouldn't picture because you
people
don't have the traits of a millennial,
well, that's because
man.
People confuse the terminology millennial with Generation Z.
Okay,
and
all
so
right.
when they talk about millennials, truthfully, they're talking about Generation Z.
All right, well, I just
And I was guilty of it too until we had this little discussion on my Facebook page this week, and I was set straight.
Set straight. Okay, so 1978 to
77 to 94.
77 to 94 is considered millennial. So what the hell's after that then?
Generation Z.
Generation Z.
Before that was
then,
Generation X.
Which is me.
And then before that was the baby boomer.
Yeah.
And then before that, I believe they called them the silent generation.
The silent generation.
I don't know why.
That's odd.
But yeah.
Weird. Well, I don't know, man, but I just know that there's something fishy going on down the street from me, man, and I got to get to the bottom of it, man, because I'm, not that I care. They can do whatever the hell they want to do. In fact, I encourage it. It doesn't bother me none,
Well, while you're getting to the bottom of that, it wouldn't surprise me because getting back to what I was going to go before we got down the Generation Z wormhole.
Is it just...
well, it's 2018.
But are people not satisfied with their partners anymore, man? Is that what the deal is?
Some could argue people haven't been satisfied with their partners for generations.
Yeah,
they had
that's
key
true.
parties in the 60s and 70s, so that's not nothing new. But what I was getting at with this being 2018, where you can no longer judge, where people can be gay, bi, lesbian, pan, transgender, why wouldn't the swingers fall in that category? Say, hey, we're here. Let's throw down. Who gives a shit? Because we live in a time where you're not supposed to judge, and so let's let our sexual freak flags fly and
let it all hang out, right?
Do your thing as long as you're not doing it in your front yard, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. But
while you're getting to the bottom of that, I want to create a new policy.
All right, what do we got?
We need to get this shit sorted out.
All right, what do we got?
We need a sweet iced tea policy. Because when you go to a fast food restaurant and you order a sweet tea, if you say an iced tea, more often than not, you will get the damn thing unsweet. But when you ask for a sweet iced tea, half the time they think you're asking for an unsweetened iced tea, because otherwise, why would you specify sweet? They hear sweet and think, well, he's acting. And so it seems like every time like today.
Okay.
Went to a fast food restaurant.
Right.
Let me get a number one of the sweet iced tea. Was that unsweet? No, it's sweet. That's why I asked for a sweet iced tea. So why don't we just make a flat policy? We need to spread the word.
Right.
If somebody orders an iced tea, let's just assume it's fucking sweet.
Okay.
If they want an unsweet iced tea, let them ask for an unsweet tea.
There you go.
Let's just make a flat policy so you don't have to ask.
Right.
I mean, it's bad enough when I go to my coffee shop that sells more iced coffee than they do hot coffee. Now that I have to specify every time I order coffee that I do in fact want it hot.
Do you seriously? You got to say, hey.
Today, I ordered a triple white grande mocha with an extra shot hot.
Damn, brother.
What was that, sir? Let me get a triple white grande hot with an extra shot. That's a triple white grande. Was that hot?
Oh,
I said 3 times a triple white grande hot with an extra shot.
Hey.
And so, yes, now when you go to coffee shops, because they sell more, it's not an ice cream parlor, but because they sell more hot iced coffee than they do hot coffee, you now have to specify hot.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy, man. I've never been a cold coffee, iced coffee.
Me neither. When my Triple White Grande hot with an extra shot gets cold, I won't drink it. I throw the shit away.
Right on, man. Right
I have
on.
no intention to drink. And even when I order my black coffee, when I'm going to the gym and I want coffee, but I don't want the 130 calories, I'll order a black coffee.
Right.
And it only has 4 calories in it, but that shit gets cold, I throw it away. I cannot do the cold coffee.
I
can't
hate
do
it.
the iced coffee. Call me old-fashioned, call me whatever, but coffee's meant to be drunk hot.
Yeah, I like a hot
two
coffee,
rules.
man.
If you order an iced tea, you say, give me an iced tea, we're going to assume it's sweet, otherwise you're going to say. 2, if you work at a coffee shop, let's just go ahead and assume everything's hot unless they want an ice, and then they can ask for iced. Problem solved. Let's move on with our lives.
There you go, man.
I had
Set it straight, D-Train.
I had a thought today when I was driving to pick up this M1 carbine pellet gun.
Oh, you went and got that today?
Yeah, I went and picked it up today. Now, we know that technology makes people a dangerous driver because they're looking at their phones. But I want to talk about onboard technology.
Yeah. Very good.
You have the lane assist now, so now people don't have to check their blind spots because their newer cars will tell them when someone's in their blind spot. I have become very guilty. I rely heavily on my backup camera because I feel like I'm driving an Abrams tank. It's fucking cool.
That is, yeah.
I still use my mirrors, but backup cameras are the greatest thing ever. But between automatic transmissions, backup cameras, lane assist,
parallel park assist,
obviously we have automatic driving cars heading in the future.
Yep.
But in today and now, with the technology built into cars, is that part of the, and not to mention the early braking system on some of the high-end cars where the car will actually brake for you when it detects danger in the road.
Yeah.
Is that technology contributing to people being such shitty drivers now?
You know?
Because I will be honest with you, if I got into a car without a backup camera, I would have to like take a moment and realize, okay, I got to do this like I have been doing this for 17 years before I got my new truck.
Yeah.
And throw the arm over the back seat and use my mirrors.
Well, they got the major truck manufacturer now. It's got the trailer assist back up to where you don't touch nothing and it'll automatically sync up to your boat trailer and everything. I thought, wow, man, everything's assisted. And that's another thing, people talking on their phones or, literally talking on their phones when they have it set up in their cars now, the newer cars obviously, where you can talk through, your speakers and stuff.
Mine's the same way.
I don't get it, or text or whatever it is, it reads the text and stuff, but people are still driving around holding their phones.
Well, 1, because not everybody has the newest cars, and 2,
doing that
they
stuff,
don't know how to connect their phone, and 3, it happens to mine all the time where I'll get a phone call comes in and then my Bluetooth disconnects.
Okay.
And so then I got to literally reboot my phone and all that nonsense.
Huh. It's coming, man. Soon. I mean, very soon. I mean, Elon Musk, man, that guy's paving the way for all this stuff.
And Clayton points out a lot of these other onboard technologies, they don't have the ergonomics figured out. So it's distracting in itself trying to use it.
True. I see that.
And have it all on there. And, my Volkswagen, another great feature it actually has the orange lights in the side mirrors when somebody's in my blind spot.
Oh, really?
So, but once again, it's training me not to search my blind spots, manually because I have this cute little orange light
that says,
on my mirror that says somebody's in your blind spot.
Right.
Heaven forbid one day a fuse goes out and that thing doesn't come on.
Yeah, no doubt, right?
But it can be annoying when you're driving fast, and because that blind spot assisted has a range on it, and that person may not in fact be in their blind spot anymore, but that orange light's still on.
You're blown by them, yeah.
Or I've heard people have issues where they're doing a little aggressive driving and the lane assist and all the braking stuff kind of actually hinders them. It becomes kind of a safety issue because they're trying to drive like an asshole and this car's trying to brake for them and prevent them from changing lanes, and that in itself can cause an accident.
I wonder, is today's because when you turn 16 now, you're not legally allowed to drive till you're 17, correct? Isn't that the deal?
It's different state by state.
Is it different state by state? Because I remember as soon as I turned 16, it was like, boom, here's the keys. And
no, in
off to the
Ohio,
races.
you had to take driver's ed and you had to get so many hours behind the wheel.
I didn't have to take any of that. But has the driver's manual the driver's education manual to get your license changed because of the technology of cars changing.
No, not really. And
you know what I'm saying? I mean, like parallel parking, you had to do it. But now, could you, and you use your own car, could you sit there and hit the button and automatically parallel park?
No,
I
think they want to make sure you can drive
Still,
most vehicles, even though you probably can't drive a standard. But one of the examples I've heard, and I haven't checked the Florida, but kind of to answer your question, a lot of that shit is so outdated that you still have to answer the question that when you're driving a standard and you're parking on the hill, which way do you turn the wheel?
Right.
Well, 99.7% of the cars nowadays are automatic.
Yeah.
Even if they are standard, you park them in first gear, not in neutral.
Right.
And when's the last time you heard a car within the last 20 years, unless you're racing it and you burn the clutch up, actually come out of gear when it's parked on a hill?
Yeah.
And that's also what your emergency brake's for.
Yeah.
But that question is still part of the exam.
Part of the exam.
Even though it's antiquated technology.
Yeah. Because it just seems like they would start altering that, the driver's education manual. It seems like they would start altering, and I'm sure it's going to be altered here soon with the way the technology.
They'll have to wait until the next printing. They don't want to throw away all the old books.
Yeah, but I mean, come on. I mean, the technology of these cars every year, man, it's getting more and more integrated to where these things are satellite hooked. The information is there, instantly. Everything's going on, they're evolving fast, man. Same with the telephones. It's like you can't buy a telephone now without not even 3 months down the road. It's already out of date, and there's a whole new batch with all these new features, man.
Well, I'm waiting for Madison Avenue to decide that it's time to stop calling them phones and start calling them communication devices.
You think that's going to happen?
At some point, because
palm computers or something? I don't know.
Especially, no one leaves voicemails anymore.
Nope.
Most people text.
Yep.
I know a lot of people who don't even like talking on the phone, period.
Yep.
So over the next 5 to 7 years, at a certain point, I wouldn't be surprised if the traditional telephone feature as we know it doesn't vanish.
Wow, man.
I wouldn't be surprised if the phone number whole thing is just going to be delivered voice messages through instant messenger.
Right.
You're just going to, communicate with people like you do through your Facebook Messenger or your Twitter Messenger.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised in the next 10 years. I think it probably won't happen until the baby. Okay, well, saying this, it'll probably be 20 or 30 years. But
okay.
I think once the baby boomer generation's gone,
right,
I wouldn't be surprised if it may happen sooner.
Okay.
Because a lot, now. Okay, let's say not. Yeah, let's say yeah. Well, the early stages of the baby boomers.
Okay.
The ones actually, But anyhow, I think at a certain point, I will not be surprised that the actual physical telephone feature is gone from phones.
Right. The actual talk.
The dial a number.
Yeah.
Wait for it to ring. I think it's going to be strictly instant messaging type things and audible voicemail files.
It's just mind blowing, man. Because like landlines. I don't know a single person that even has a landline. Now we do at the radio station, obviously, hard lines, landlines, that sort of thing. But man, most people nowadays have their cell phone is their landline. You know what I'm saying?
And like I said, in the younger cats, these Generation Zs, particularly my daughter, when I got her a phone when she was working for my business, 2 months went by, she didn't even set the voicemail up because she doesn't use voicemail. None of her friends use voicemail.
Yeah.
And so the voicemail features pretty much come antiquated. Only people leave you voicemails are older folk and companies.
Yeah.
And I got customers who communicate 97% of the time through text.
Yeah.
Only time I call them is when I need to, if they're not replying to their text and I need some information from them.
Yeah,
I need to get a verbal approval on something.
Or an actual description of what might be the issue. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, man, because landlines are gone, man. Because I remember the good old days, bro, when you're 15, 14, 13, you're calling a chick, man, and, you got that 45-foot long.
That's a base, Dan. He won't grab it. Dan was wondering, if you ever found that, ever get that watch back that you're missing.
Who?
Dan Linden.
What watch?
I don't know. He said, Waterman, never get back that watch. Sure, you end up finding other stuff missing.
Oh, he's talking about Don Jr., dude. What a douche he was the other day.
What happened? Junior stole your watch?
No, man. He said I stole his mom's watch at the damn Thanksgiving thing, man. I said, are you kidding me?
How is that public consumption when Thanksgiving just happened?
He said, I don't know how he knows because I called Junior on Marley and Waterman show Friday to say, hey man, my report card, was I good or not? And I was good.
But you stole the watch.
But apparently I'm going, that's a bunch of,
See, all more reason why you should have just came here for Thanksgiving.
Dude,
we could have done a podcast.
See,
we could have been eating
here's
turkey
the
on
thing.
the air.
Here's the Junior was trying to be funny about it, man. He was trying to be cool. And I was like, come on, man.
He said that pin should probably be on a chain, too, honestly.
Oh, what? What did he say?
He said the pen you have, I should have it on a chain like a bank teller to keep you from stealing it.
Dude, this is my pen, bro, by the way.
Yeah, you got 2 pens. I have none. I'm in the
Dude, I got my own homemade K-Rock pen and my other nice pen, man. But no, Junior says, I called him up and I was like, I was on my good behavior. And he's like, what about my mom's watch? And I was like, don't you dare even say something like that. I said, that's not cool, man. That is not cool. But he was trying to come up with something to be funny. And it didn't work, man, because I was like, dude, you know what's going to happen? Now Stan and Haney are going to hear about it, and it's going to turn into this big old hubbub when I didn't do a damn thing wrong. But you know what? It's me, of course, so I'm going to get hammered. It's something that, to hammer me down on. And I'm going, this is ridiculous, man. So then that's when I had to bust him out on his seamstress skills.
I got you.
So.
Well, I have completed 92% of the stuff on my list of shit. We've been going 107 minutes.
I'm good, man.
I'm good. Hey, everybody, check out the-410.com. You can find all the podcasts that I do. The What's the Scuttlebutt podcast. I just recorded the 2nd issue of Fail to Fail podcast. A little update for those of you who stream this on your phones or download it. The Waterman and D-Train show has always been on iTunes. It has been on iTunes for a while. Has been on Stitcher for a while. We are now on Spotify, so if you're a Spotify user, you can download it on Spotify. I did submit it to iHeartRadio app, but it's not showing up yet. I don't know if they manually activate this shit and they're still on holiday. I don't know what the deal is, but I submitted that. What's the Scuttlebutt is available on those same ones as well as Google Music. I can't get this one on Google Music for right now for a reason I don't want to go into. But so, if you're a Spotify user, an iTunes user, hopefully soon iHeartRadio user, Stitcher user, and you get tired of downloading each individual show from the-410.com, just go to one of those platforms, hit subscribe. The shows will automatically download. They will usually delete after you're done playing them, especially on iTunes. If you're on iTunes, give us a 5-star review. Like I said, the promo code for the $4 off our shirt ends tonight at midnight, so go to d-410.com. You'll see a merch link. You can go there and get shirts. You can also find our Twitter, Instagram, all that fun stuff. Thank you all so much.
Absolutely.
Hope you had a great Thanksgiving.
Hell yeah.
Once again,
it's it, man.
It's been a good time, and
Always.
I'm going to wrap it up. Dave's a little sick. I got to get up at 7 o'clock and actually have to be on site at 7 tomorrow because I have a network that is in apparel.
Oh, man.
I don't want to get into it, but it sucks. I worked all day Saturday on it. But anyhow, thanks to you all so much for tuning in. Thank you, Corey, for the M1 BB gun, the M1 carbine BB gun.
That was cool, Corey.
I never knew those existed. It's super sweet and fits in with my collection quite nicely. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us.
Absolutely.
And I hope you have a good week. And assuming everything follows suit and we're all available, we should have another show on this coming Saturday instead of Sunday.
We'll be back. Hey, we had a good show today, man. Everybody tuned in. That was a good thing, man.
And you guys have a good one. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Later, everybody. Woo! The El Camino. Sally likes the ride in the El Camino. Sally likes the ride in the El Camino. She liked to drink. She liked to drunk. She liked to wine in my El Camino. She liked to drink. She liked to drunk. She liked to wine in my